The movie Student Body begins with a girl named Jane. Jane goes to school one day and her friend, Merritt, asks her why her hair is strange, like she has just hiked through the forest today. By the way, that's how my parents went to school. Next, they go to their math class. The teacher hands over their math grades. Everyone gets bad and average marks, except Jane, who scores 96. Merritt gets angry and blames the teacher, Mr. Onspatch. Yes, that's right. That's a real name. Anyways, Merritt asks Mr. Onspatch to teach them the questions again and then take a retest. But he refuses to do so. Instead, to prove a point, he writes a question on the board and asks Jane to solve it. She does it easily. Mr. Onspatch says that if Jane can solve it, everyone should be able to do so. So, he refuses to take a retest. Later, Merritt asks Jane to talk to Mr. Onspatch about taking a retest. She says that her mother will kill her if she shows her bad marks. Another one of her friends, Nadia, also asks Jane to convince Mr. Onspatch into taking a retest. Nadia is worried that her parents will take her off the football team. Since everyone is pushing her so much, Jane agrees to talk to their teacher. Later, their sports teacher takes a trial to see who will become the school mascot. A boy named Eric tries some pull-ups, but he is terrible at it. Later, Jane goes to Mr. Onspatch to make the request on behalf of her friends. But Mr. Onspatch gets angry at her. He tells her saying that she's a good student, but he also knows that sometimes she intentionally gets low marks so that her friends will not treat her differently. He says that she never takes notes in class. Jane says that she does, but when Mr. Onspatch checks it, her notebook is empty. Mr. Onspatch tells her that there are two types of people in this world, those who have hammers and those who have guitars. Those who have guitars spend years learning and playing them, but when the time comes, they have to beg from people who have hammers because the people with hammers have been doing more productive and important things in life. He wants her to be the one with the hammer and do something useful with it. Jane goes out and starts crying because of how uncomfortable Mr. Onspatch made her feel. She calls Merritt, who takes her to the principal. Jane tells the principal that Mr. Onspatch behaved rudely with her and yelled at her. The principal is confused to hear this. So, Merritt gives him a little persuasion by reminding him that her father is a judge in court. So, the principal agrees to take some action against the teacher. The next day, the school plays football with another school, but they seem to be losing. Jane is worried that Mr. Onspatch will do something to them. But Merritt reassures her that Mr. Onspatch will get fired now, and they need not worry. Just then, they see the school mascot. It's not Eric, the one who tried earlier, but another boy named Brody. When Nadia sees that Eric did not get to be the mascot, she gets angry at Brody. Brody pushes her, so Eric rushes to him, but Brody punches him. Safe to say, Brody does not get along with this particular group. Later, the group plans to steal their sports teacher's secret whiskey stash. One of the boys, named Ellis, makes a plan to steal all that whiskey on Friday night. But they have to deal with the cameras for that. Jane tells them she knows how to hack the cameras. So, the plan is set into action. On a Friday night, the group goes to the sports room where they open their teacher's drawer. There, they find the whiskey. But surprisingly, they also find a note from Brody. Looks like Brody got to be a mascot through other means. Elsewhere, Jane shuts off all the cameras. Later that night, the group go to a part of the school and gets drunk. They play a game where they have to answer the amount of money for which they could kill each other. When it's Jane's turn, she says that she would never kill anyone for any amount. She says that it would haunt her for the rest of her life. Suddenly, Eric gets a bad stomach and he goes to the school washroom to puke. As he's releasing himself, someone in the mascot costume comes in with a hammer. He starts attacking Eric. Elsewhere, we find that Nadia actually likes Eric, which is why she wanted Eric to be the mascot. When Eric takes a long time to come out, she goes into the washroom, but there she is met with Eric's dead body. Nadia starts crying. Hearing this, Ellis goes in as well, but he comes out running and tells everyone what happened. Ellis gets scared and says that they need to leave. Nadia says that they can't just leave Eric's body like that. But Ellis reminds her that whoever did this to Eric is still out there. That person could kill them too. The group tries to calm down. Nadia tells them that she saw Brody in the school earlier, since Brody and Eric had fought earlier because of the mascot job. She is certain that Brody killed Eric. She then takes a crowbar and tries to break the window. But Jane reminds them that all the windows in the school are bulletproof. I wonder why. Anyway, they are truly trapped in here. So their biggest worry is how to get out of here. But Nadia wants to make a stand. She wants to kill Brody for what he did to Eric. But Jane says that since this is Friday, the cleaning lady will arrive the next day on Saturday and open the doors. They should just wait for her. But no one agrees with that idea. They all want to escape as soon as possible. Merritt says that she does not want to kill anyone, not even Brody, even if it is for revenge. She just wants to escape. So they split up, which is always a bad idea, and go all around the school to check if any doors or windows are open. But they are all truly locked. Ellis suggests that they climb through the vent to escape, but Nadia is determined to take her revenge on Brody. Ellis suggests that there's no guarantee it could be Brody. It could be anyone, maybe even their sports teacher. Apparently, someone once read the sports teacher's diary and found lots of weird stuff written on it. They think that she could be doing black magic. They talk to Nadia until she agrees to go with them. But just then, the mascot appears in front of them. So they all run away. But after a while, Nadia turns back to exact her revenge on him. But she is immediately defeated and killed. Meanwhile, Merritt's leg gets injured. So her friends have to carry her away. They rush into a room and put a table to the door. But the mascot appears from behind them. He enters the room and kills Ellis. Jane is heartbroken to see Ellis dead, but she still manages to take Merritt away. The two of them somehow stumble into the library, with the mascot stalking close behind. Merritt keeps asking where Ellis is. Jane continuously cries, and Merritt understands that Ellis is dead. Merritt gets angry and blames Jane for everything that is happening right now, since Jane came to her for help when Mr. Onspatch yelled at her. Merritt has started to suspect that Mr. Onspatch might be doing all of this as revenge for getting him fired. Jane demands to know what she did wrong. She never wanted to complain to the principal in the first place. Merritt is the one who forced her to tell the principal, but Merritt does not see her own fault and continues blaming Jane. She also tells Jane that she is nerdy and poor, and she will never be as cool as Merritt. She says that Jane would not have friends if it were not for her. She starts getting into Jane's face. Jane gets angry and scared, so she pushes Merritt, who falls off the balcony and dies. Jane, now weak and tired, slowly goes to her math class. There, Mr. Onspatch is waiting for her, and he's in a good mood. He says that he never wanted to do anything like this, but she compelled him to do it. He also says that pushing Merritt away was something she should have done a long time ago. Mr. Onspatch sees the talent in her. He says that Jane should never have associated with hopeless people like that. He tells her that today, Jane has become someone with a hammer, and she should hold on to that hammer. Then Mr. Onspatch goes into his drawer and takes out a pencil that Jane dropped in class once. He gives her the pencil back and tells her to recognize her talents. Jane takes the pencil from Mr. Onspatch, but she stabs him in the eye. Then, she takes the keys and runs away. Mr. Onspatch tries to grab her, but she escapes. She opens the school doors and goes out. There, she finally gets a signal on her phone. She starts calling 911, but Mr. Onspatch grabs her from behind. So Jane stabs him and runs into the nearby forest. There, she climbs a tree and hides in a branch. When Mr. Onspatch comes near, the branch breaks, and she falls on top of him. She quickly picks up his hammer and kills him by hitting him multiple times. It is now morning, and Brody is sleeping in his car. Just then, the two other men come near him, and all three stare at something strange. It's Jane, walking down the road with a hammer. And this is how this high school horror movie ends. For more unique and fascinating movies that you may not even have heard about, click on the videos on your screen. Also, do subscribe, like, and comment. Your one act will make a huge difference to us.